Good evening. I'm Dr. Alphone, and welcome to Midtown Community Elementary School's Back to School Night. All right, for our meeting tonight, which is starting at 6:30, goes till 7 o'clock. Our first thing we'll be speaking about is our remote learning. And that says our daily schedule is from 8:30 to 12:55 p.m. And we have our students engaged in physical education and recess activities between 1 and 2 p.m. during remote learning. And then from 2 o'clock to 2:50, select groups of students as well as individual support is being provided to students. So every day the students should be engaged in remote learning, Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday with their regular classroom teachers, and on Wednesday with their related content area teachers, music, art, physical education, STEM, as well as library. Good attendance matters every single day. It's important that our kids, even in this remote situation, are engaged in the activities that are taking place within their virtual classrooms. Student pickup and drop off. This is obviously taking place once we are back to either a hybrid model or an all in-person model. It's important that you receive this information, and you will once we move towards those models, so that you'll be fresh in your mind. We'll hold off on talking about that until that time comes. Also, the same thing with arrival and dismissal procedures. More information will be provided upon the start of those as well. We will be communicating to you that information, as well as information that we've continued to communicate via multiple media sources, including Twitter, which is the handle is at Dr. Alphone, as well as our Google site and our webpage. Additionally, parent-teacher conferences will be taking place from November 16th to the 20th. And you'll be using Google Forms, which will be on our webpage, to sign up for those meetings as well. Medical information is being provided by our nurse, Pagnata. It is within this slide, and we'll be getting to that momentarily. So for tonight's schedule, again, 6:30 to 7 p.m., again, I want to welcome you all to Midtown Community Elementary School's much different than normal virtual back to school night and general information session. And again, from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, you'll be able to click on the link that is on our webpage that gives you access to all the teachers' classrooms, and you will just choose your child's class teacher and click on that link starting at 7 o'clock to enter into their meetings. And their meetings are live meetings where you have interactions back and forth. And we have links as well to our RCATs, our related content area teachers. That is also on that form that you'll see on our webpage with the teachers. And it is titled RCATs, again, meaning music, library, STEM, art, and physical education. There's also a link to our Title I presentation, which all parents should be looking at, providing information as to our progress as a school. Mr. Kolonowski, our supervisor for Title I, has put this presentation together. Our Midtown Mission, which we strive to accomplish every day, and we live this mission here at Midtown, is committed to providing a culture that supports academic and personal excellence under the New Jersey Student Learning Standards for all students in grades K through 5. Our mission is to provide a safe, welcoming, and culturally responsive environment designed to foster positive character qualities and academic rigor in education where every child can achieve their full potential. Our highly qualified professional teaching staff will collaborate with all stakeholders to enhance their pedagogy and promote a technologically advanced school community of academic excellence. Meal distributions during this remote learning time. Meals are distributed each day. The district is open for students. Both breakfast and lunch are provided during each distribution, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The distribution time is 10:30 to 12. Lunch for that day and breakfast for the following day. So again, that is taking place where lunch and breakfast are provided at the same time. Both free and reduced students are receiving meals at no charge based on special state aid that has been provided. All students will be obligated to pay full price, and credit limits will be enforced. That is for any other students. Expectations of families and learning at home. Help students set up a suitable study workspace to help them make sure that their learning is optimal. Ensure the device is charged. That means their Chromebook. Establish a positive routine. Routines increase the success of at-home learning. Talk about the plan for the day ahead. Speak to your children. Based on the emails received, Power Tools, Seesaw, Google Classroom, communication between the teacher and the student and the teacher and you. Review the student expectations with your child. Remind your child about their responsibilities as a learner. Check in with your child during the day regularly. If your child is struggling, be sure to communicate with the teacher. Ask your children to show you what they have done. You do not need to check the work, but it is important that your students feel comfortable and accountable for being engaged. Support your child's health and well-being by encouraging time for physical activities, conversation, and play. And as indicated earlier, this time really could take place each day during the 2 to 2:50 time frame, as well as the 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock time frames. Expectations for students learning at home continuing is access online resources using a computer with audio, school provided devices, that's our Chromebook. Kindergarten students, many of them have already gotten Chromebooks, but they will be transitioned to using iPads. Grades 1 through 5 will be continuing to use Chromebooks. Students may use their personal devices if they have one. Phones are not recommended hardware for remote learning. Power Tools and/or Seesaw are being used for kindergarten classes. Google Classroom is being utilized for grades 1 to 5. Synchronous and asynchronous instruction is being provided when we move into hybrid model, meaning in-person as well as remote. Additionally, most of our lessons are live, but there are some lessons that are recorded where if a child is unable to get that lesson during that time frame, they should go later on and look at the archived lesson for that asynchronous instruction, and then they would be able to catch up to where they might have missed. Students will email the parents any questions regarding their learning or assignments or for self-guided lessons. Student expectations for interactive sessions. Designated place to work with limited distractions. Again, having a TV in the same room that may be on or other activities taking place will be very distracting during remote learning, so we try to ask that that does not take place. Use a designated Neptune email address. Do not share passwords for the children. They should not be sharing their passwords, and they should not be sharing links to the meets with anyone. Participate in interactive sessions. The students need to be engaged in these sessions at all time. Therefore, the cameras should be on at all time. Audio muted unless the teacher has asked them to not mute their microphones. They should be on time for each of their instructional sessions. And also, no recording or taking pictures of the meetings, and no posting on any social media. They should use the chat feature to communicate with their teacher if the teacher has them with their mics muted at that time and they need to ask a question. Headphones and earbuds are recommended to limit distractions while in class. And also, it helps when there may be other siblings in the house and so that the students can concentrate on what's going on in their classroom. Follow school code of conduct. If behavior is inappropriate while on remote, disciplinary action may be taken. Work independently. If the child can't do the work, and particularly now during our benchmark assessments, please make sure that you are not providing assistance during those times, because we need to know if the child is struggling on their own so that we can provide services later. If you are providing assistance during a benchmark assessment, we don't know exactly what the student doesn't know. We think that they have more information than they really do, and therefore the resources may not be provided. So it will actually hurt them instead of helping them. And the students need to make sure that they follow all school rules and policies. Does my child have to attend each virtual session? Student attendance during the live sessions is mandatory. Student attendance is recorded at the beginning and the end of each class period or block. If for some reason a child is unable to attend, the parent should contact the school to make arrangements. Student attendance will also be monitored by tracking online coursework and submissions of assignments and assessments. Parents and guardians will be contacted by the teacher and/or school counselor after 3 consecutive absences. An engagement intervention plan has been created and is being implemented starting after 3 consecutive or 5 unexcused absences. Students must submit work assignments weekly, regardless of the student's pacing and absences, unless the assignments have been made with, unless arrangements have been made with the child's teacher. School staff will be contacting students and parents as needed when there are issues with attendance and if students appear to be disengaged or making unsatisfactory progress in their class sessions. Google Meet expectations, norms, and etiquette. Again, as I mentioned, muting your microphone when you're not speaking, using headphones if there are distractions around you. The camera should be on whenever possible and located on the bottom of the screen. Be attentive. No cell phone use during class. Be prepared to participate in the lessons. Closed caption features, which will be the text at the bottom indicating what the teacher is saying, is helpful and in many cases recommended. Chat allows the child to make comments to the group or send a private direct message to the teacher and ask questions. So, what's the PTO planning for this year? Our PTO president, Ms. Etiquette, has provided us with this information. First of all, indicating that our PTO does stand for our parent-teacher organization. Our Midtown PTO is a voluntary group, and it's comprised of parents, teachers, and staff that are dedicated to improving the educational and recreational experience of all our students here at Midtown. Again, our president is Ms. Etiquette, vice president is Ms. Devlin, our secretary is Mr. Terrell, and our treasurer is Ms. Lang. Again, contact information for our PTO is midtownpto1@gmail.com. The first virtual PTO meeting will be Thursday, October 1st, and we will be sending information via our many media outlets to let you know about the specifics. Our school nurse, Nurse Pagnata, her phone number is listed right here, and her extension as well. It's important that you update your emergency contact information. I sent out a school messenger that provides a link to a Google form where you can update your emergency contact information. We highly encourage you to make sure that you do update that information. If your child is new to Neptune or in kindergarten, please send the nurse your child's newest immunization record. She has many kindergarten students who need additional vaccine documentation. So here's her information once again, including her fax number. So please contact her if you have any questions. There's a question and answer form, again, that was sent via our school messenger to emails that we had on file. You can click on that link that was provided in the other document as well as on our website. I'll have it up there as well, where you can ask questions that you may have following the conclusion of this back to school night presentation. And again, we want to thank you. We will have forms again for you to click on to see our RCAT's presentation, as well as the form for our teacher meetings immediately following this presentation. And lastly, our Midtown band program, all 4th and 5th graders are invited to be part of the band led by our band instructor, Mr. Prouse. Students are expected to attend 30-minute online lessons and submit a video of themselves practicing each week on Flipgrid. They are also expected to submit a practice form every Monday in Mr. Prouse's band classroom. The code to join the classroom is FAXOFHT. Students may choose to learn flute, clarinet, alto saxophone, French horn, trumpet, trombone, baritone horn, orchestra bells, snare drum, and we do not teach violin, piano, guitar, or drum sets here at Midtown. You may find or buy your own instrument to use, or you may rent one directly from NEMC.com. If finances are a concern, please contact our band instructor, Mr. Prouse. Mr. Prouse has a sign-up form and information in the Google Classroom. And again, Mr. Prouse's contact information is listed right here. Once again, the RCAT links are listed on our website as well as sent through our school messenger. And our Title I presentation links are on our website and listed in our school messenger. Thank you again and have a great evening.